All right, let's keep going. There's way more to see at the July 2022 Brimfield Flea Market. So I know a lot of you out there have probably wanted to clone a dinosaur with fossilized amber. Well, if that was your plan, Brimfield's probably not the place to do it, because this amber here is fake. This is plastic. That crab might be real, but if you tried to clone this, I think the best you're going to get is some sort of horrifying crab monster.
These are all, they're fake, but...
If this were genuine amber, it would be going for probably thousands of dollars, I would assume.
There's more over here.
Yeah, I mean, if those were real, they would be way more than $25.
Yeah.
No.
These skulls here appear to be carved out of the same material as that artificial amber. I've said it before, but I love these tables where stuff is just thrown everywhere and you have to search through it to find something. You never know what you're going to find. These old box fans are great. They seem to last forever. They're pretty much bulletproof. I would say those are probably from the 60s or 70s. And as I've said before, the only thing that worries me about those is the electrical. I don't want, some electrical wire melting and then burning my house down. We've got a whole box here of old travel clocks and alarm clocks. These are pretty cool. And this looks like it's an old amenity set from Air France. These glass ornaments are pretty neat. I would just be very worried about breaking them. They look very fragile.
That's interesting.
I guess those are witch's balls.
Witch's balls, 15.
That is one old kitchen playset there. I don't think I've ever seen one that old before. That's got to be probably late 60s, early 70s. Those just never survive. They always get thrown out. If you're interested in this booth ahead here with these cool sculptures, check out my May 2022 Brimfield videos. I do have them in there. I just didn't want to repeat myself in this video, so I'm trying to skip over anything I really looked at in detail in May. This I did not look at before. That's $475. Very expensive booth. Whether it's worth that much, I'll leave that up to you.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, and this was probably one of the hottest Brimfields I've been to in a long time. It was easily in the mid to upper 80s most of this trip. It was so hot that my camera kept overheating, actually. So that's the only downside of the July show. It can be way too hot sometimes.
Wax cylinder wreckers. They were. See, that's a problem when they get mold on them.
Yeah.
Ironic that they're called Edison Gold Molded. You know, they're moldy,
Yeah.
moldy, and then
And
molded.
they're molded.
Yeah.
Wax cylinder records are something else I would be into if I had unlimited space, but I just don't. So I can't really start collecting those because I would just go crazy with it. So it's best to leave it alone. These Batman pins here really bring back memories for me. These came out in the late 80s, right around the time of the 1989 Batman movie with Michael Keaton. And you saw stuff like this everywhere around that time period. And looking back, I wish I had bought these. Or even asked her how much they were. I don't know why I didn't. Hopefully they'll be there in September. And this is a cool old Pepsi cooler. But I think it's more than a cooler. Because at the back, there's actually spigots. So I don't know if this would have been used in a restaurant or where they would have used that. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. This really caught my eye here. This is an antique slide viewer for photo slides. So you'd watch one at a time rather than, running it through a projector. And it's in great condition. I would say this is probably from the 40s, maybe early 50s.
Yeah.
And I only put one slide in at a time. And I have one in hand now.
Yeah.
The instructions are.
Yeah, I'm sure they're online somewhere. Wow.
I'm looking
Neat.
for $25.
Really?
Yeah. And it's got a kick. A top to it.
It's got a top to it?
Yeah, tree up there. You see it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And she lights up. I'll show you. It's beautiful. Just move these two over. There we go. The wire's long enough.
Oh, yeah.
And the one in there is New York City's.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty neat. Because it's Bakelite, right?
Yeah.
Wow. And just uses obviously a regular light bulb, incandescent of some sort. Huh. How does this go on though?
Bulb there.
Is there a base for it? Because it looks like this would latch on to something.
Right. I clean the states out, and
Yeah.
attorneys only want one thing: clean out the house.
Yep. Yeah, if it had the base, 'cause I'm pretty sure there would have been something it would have latched onto.
Right.
But okay. And actually, what is this?
That is pay telephone for the hotels.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
got a little wet.
Well, we had some rain last night, and we covered as much as we could. It has a little drawer for the money.
Yeah.
And the
Wow.
key.
Yeah, I've never seen one like that
It
before.
has a key. No, well,
Okay.
it wouldn't really.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I was really interested in both of those things. If the slide viewer had the base, I probably would have bought it. And if that phone wasn't full of water, I probably would have bought it. That's just heartbreaking to me when you see stuff full of water. And I actually saw that a couple times here where it had rained the night before and things were in like buckets or barrels and they were full of water. Here's a great old barber's chair. Not sure how old it is. I'm thinking probably 30s or 40s maybe. Too bad the seat's all chewed up like that, but it's pretty neat. He was asking $3.95 for it, and I don't know what barber chairs go for, but that sounds not unreasonable. And this old Coke machine here, I think this is probably from the 70s, maybe 60s, but I think it's 1970s. I would love to have something like this in my nerd cave. These are some cool old walkie-talkies here from the 1970s. I'm not sure if they work, but they probably don't because I think these were left out in the rain. This bucket here, you can't really see it too well, but it's full of water. So these are probably soaked.
It's all full of water,
Yeah, everything's wrong.
especially when they're electronics. I mean,
Yeah. I know.
it's just ruined.
I love this pink tricycle here. It's streamlined. I don't think I've ever seen a streamlined tricycle like that before. I think these wooden bowls here are actually made out of wood burl. Basically the knot you'll see on the side of some trees.
It's only four.
These are some old toys here. These steam shovels, I believe, are from the 1920s or maybe 1930s. The reason you can tell that is because they actually haven't made steam shovels that look like that since that time period. So those are really cool. And those trucks definitely look like 1930s streamlined type trucks. Mm-hmm. No. This is an old cigarette baseball card, probably from the 1910s or so. And some of those can be worth quite a bit of money. I think the most valuable card, the Honus Wagner card, goes for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That one, of course, doesn't, but I love those. Now here's another example of something that may not be as it appears. This Boston Terrier statue here, you'll see at least 10 of these at every flea market in various conditions. I don't think they're old. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're old. And this, I thought this was a dirt bike. It's actually a Razor scooter, so it's electric powered, and odds are the battery's dead, and good luck finding a replacement battery for one of those.
He does. He didn't even want me to. But are you, I mean, you can grind it later. Oh, I know. And I've done that. And I didn't have a penny on.
Ah, that fan feels good right there. That was one powerful little fan. Really helped on this super hot and humid day.
You know the thing, if the margin's not there, you don't buy it.
Right.
All right, thank you.
I'm pretty sure that this red car here was taken off a carnival ride. You know, one of those rides where it's kind of like on a carousel and the cars are all going around in a circle. The reason I think that
Looks like it's
is,
from a carnival
other than
ride
just
or
because of the way it looks, but it's got the two steering wheels there for, you know, two kids to sit in it. And the steering wheels aren't attached to anything. They don't make the wheels move. So I'm fairly certain that's off a carnival ride. I think this white Corvette here is actually a Barbie toy. I was thinking it was something else, but I'm fairly certain that's a Barbie toy.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it would have originally, right? Like the actual car.
No. No, when did the seatbelts come in? Sometime in the 60s,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's a 50 something.
They got a great selection here of HO scale model trains. Yet another thing I would love to collect if I had unlimited space. I think this is probably the first time I've ever looked at cowboy boots at Brimfield. They're not really my thing, but I can see how somebody would be into them. They, you know, they're really well made. There's a lot of craftsmanship behind them for sure. But I think it takes a really confident person to wear these cowboy boots, and that's definitely not me. I like this old neon motel sign here for Green Gables Rooms. Does anybody know where Green Gables Rooms was? Did anybody ever stay there? Let me know. Rocky's Party Pizzeria. I had to look this up online. This is actually a chain from Wisconsin. So it's come a long way across the country to get to Brimfield. Here's something that I haven't seen before very recently. These are glass slides. I'm aware of, modern, well, quote-unquote modern slides that are plastic for use in a slide machine, but I'd never seen these glass slides before. Very interesting. I looked online and apparently they're just called glass slides. I couldn't find any specific name for them. But a lot of them seem to have like advertising type materials on them, not just like pictures of scenery or locations. And these are stereograph slides. They'll actually give you a 3D image when you put them in a viewer. The problem with them is, as you can see there, they all warp. Every one I've seen warps like that. And I don't know if there's a way to really flatten them out. Or at least not an easy way to do it. Here's an old Lance vending machine.
It's a vending machine. Lance, I've seen they have like peanut butter crackers. I'm sure they had other stuff back then, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it was for specifically, but it's a vending machine.
On a hot day like this booth feels like an oasis in a desert. If these were bigger, I probably would have jumped in and swum around. Well, probably not, but you get the idea.
I had a spritz bottle I was going to bring, but I thought,
Yeah.
we probably need it.
That water was so refreshing.
Some cowboy boots. Oh, how much do you think they're asking for that? $350.
I don't know anything about cowboy boots, so tell me, is that a lot for a set of cowboy boots? $350?
That's not a bad price.
I was really interested in these Coney Island signs here. They're clearly not antiques. They're made to look like antiques, but they're not. But I'm really fascinated by Coney Island. I've actually never been, but I'd love to go someday. It looks really fun and interesting. But it's down in New York, and that's just a little bit beyond my normal travel range. So someday I'll get out there. These Christmas decorations here are the type I would see all the time back in the 80s, like everywhere. I think he was asking like $150 for this, which seems crazy to me because these were considered pretty much garbage back in the 80s. This toy spaceship was pretty cool. I don't recognize the brand or anything. Avenger, never heard of it. Starbirds. I don't know if that's from a TV show or what that's from, but it still works. And he was asking $125 for it. That's a little bit more than I would want to spend, but it's definitely cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine when some in here.
It's quite refreshing.
When I was at the show in May, I saw this Adventureland game in this booth, and I regretted not picking it up. So I was hoping it would be here when I came back in July, and it was. I took a closer look at it, and sadly, it said it was missing a piece. I'm glad it said that, because I wouldn't have known otherwise, but again, I'm kind of a completionist type collector, so if it's missing a piece, it would just drive me nuts. So I decided not to pick it up, but it's still pretty cool. This has got to be the biggest Megaphone I've ever seen in person. I imagine this being like at a summer camp somewhere, or even maybe an army base, I don't know. But that is one heck of a Megaphone. It kind of reminds me of the Megaphone they had on the Bluesmobile in the Blues Brothers movie, but I think that one was a little bit bigger. So I'm a big fan of old audio equipment, like, you know, record players, tape players, reel-to-reel players, that type of thing. And I had never seen something like this before. I originally thought this was a reel-to-reel player, but it's actually some sort of cassette player. I'd have to do some research, but I have no idea what format this actually is.
Oh,
What?
it's an interesting tape.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen one like that before.
$100.
I've never seen one like
Take
that
your store,
before.
yeah, I know. The rare one. With the tape
Oh, magnetic recorder.
and the manual. There's the manual
Wow.
for it and everything.
Cool. Huh. Thanks. It's a wind tunnel, it looks like.
That's something you don't see every day.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if this was somebody's like pet project, some hobby they had, or if this was actually used in industry somewhere. I actually have no idea. And I know this food is just decorative, but it's making me really hungry. That strawberry shortcake looks really good.
Fake decorative cakes.
Yeah.
And there you have it. That's the end of part 3 of the July 2022 Brimfield Flea Market. I'll be back next week with the final part, part 4. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when my new videos go up. And I'll see you next time. See ya.